Miyamoto Musashi is one of Japan's most legendary samurai, known for his unmatched skill with the sword and an undefeated record in over 60 duels. Musashi wasn't just a warrior. He was a philosopher, strategist, and artist. His life and teachings have inspired generations, and today we'll explore his journey from a young samurai to Japan's greatest swordsman. This is the story of Miyamoto Musashi and the lessons we can learn from his unyielding courage. Miyamoto Musashi was born in 1584 during a period of civil war in Japan. From a young age, he was thrust into a world where survival often depended on one's skill in battle. Musashi fought his first duel at just 13 years old, defeating an experienced warrior and marking the beginning of his journey as a swordsman. His early life was tough. Musashi grew up without a formal education, instead learning the ways of the samurai on his own through observation and experience. His early years were shaped by conflict, which taught him resilience and self-reliance. As a boy, Musashi had no formal master or mentor to guide him. This forced him to become resourceful, to rely on his instincts, and to develop a fighting style that was uniquely his own. His determination to improve led him to wander across Japan, seeking out stronger opponents and testing his skills in real combat. One of Musashi's most famous duels was against the renowned swordsman Sasaki Kojiro. This duel is often cited as the ultimate test of Musashi's skill and strategy. The two warriors faced off on a small island, and Musashi arrived deliberately so. He kept Kojiro waiting, unsettling him and throwing off his concentration. Musashi crafted a wooden sword from a boat oar and used it to defeat Kojiro in a single decisive strike. Musashi's victory wasn't just a display of physical skill, but of psychological mastery. He understood that combat was as much a mental battle as a physical one. By keeping Kojiro waiting, Musashi forced his opponent to lose focus, giving him the upper hand before the fight even began. This duel cemented Musashi's reputation as an unbeatable swordsman. As Musashi's fame grew, he began to reflect on the deeper meaning behind his battles. He wasn't just fighting for glory. He was seeking mastery over himself and the world around him. In his later years, Musashi wrote the Book of Five Rings, a work that laid out his philosophy on strategy, combat, and life. The book wasn't just for warrior, it was a guide to approaching any challenge with discipline and focus. Musashi taught that success in battle and in life depended on understanding both yourself and your enemy. He emphasized the importance of flexibility and adaptability, encouraging his readers to adopt a mindset that was like water, able to flow and change with the circumstances. Musashi believed that a warrior must be constantly evolving, always learning, and never complacent. His teachings went beyond swordsmanship. Musashi believed that the principles of strategy could be applied to all aspects of life, whether in business, relationships, or personal development. His emphasis on self-discipline and constant improvement is a lesson that still resonates today. One of the key traits that set Musashi apart from other samurai was his mental discipline. While many warriors focused solely on physical strength, Musashi understood that true mastery came from controlling the mind. He practiced intense meditation, spending hours alone in reflection to sharpen his focus and clarity. This allowed him to remain calm, even in the face of death. Musashi's mental training was rooted in the concept of zanshin, or remaining mind, the idea of being fully present and aware at all times. Whether in battle or in everyday life, Musashi trained himself to always be alert, focused, and ready to act. This mental discipline gave him the edge in combat, as he could anticipate his opponent's moves and react with precision. In today's world, Musashi's practice of mental discipline is just as relevant. We live in a time filled with distractions, but the ability to focus, stay present, and control our thoughts is a skill that can lead to success in any field. Musashi didn't stop at mastering the sword. He believed in the importance of mastering many disciplines. Throughout his life, he became skilled in various arts, including painting, sculpture, and calligraphy. His belief was that a true warrior should be well-rounded, capable of excelling in multiple areas. For Musashi, the path of mastery was never-ending. He constantly sought to improve himself, not just as a fighter, but as a human being. His life exemplified the idea that learning never stops. Musashi never saw himself as having arrived at mastery. There was always more to learn, more to explore, and more to perfect. This mindset is one that we can apply to our own lives, whether in our careers, personal growth, or hobbies. The pursuit of mastery is a journey, not a destination. In his later years, Musashi withdrew from active combat and spent much of his time in solitude, meditating on the nature of life and death. He retreated to a cave, where he wrote his final reflections in the Book of Five Rings. Musashi's undefeated record in over 60 duels and his mastery of multiple disciplines cemented his place as one of the greatest samurai in history. Today, Musashi's legacy lives on, not just as a warrior, but as a philosopher. His teachings on discipline, strategy, and self-mastery continue to inspire people worldwide. He is a symbol of what can be achieved through courage, perseverance, and a relentless commitment to self-improvement. Musashi's life offers timeless lessons that we can apply to our modern lives. His philosophy of adaptability, mental discipline, and the pursuit of mastery can be a guide for anyone seeking success, whether in business, sports, or personal development. In a world full of distractions, Musashi's focus on clarity of mind and purpose serves as a reminder that true strength comes from within. Musashi's emphasis on constantly learning and improving also resonates today. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to adapt, grow, and embrace new challenges is essential. Musashi's life teaches us that mastery is a lifelong journey, and we should never stop striving to be better. Miyamoto Musashi's life is a testament to the power of courage, discipline, and self-mastery. His undefeated record and his philosophical teachings have inspired generations, and his legacy continues to shape the way we think about success and strategy. As we face our own challenges, we can look to Musashi for guidance on how to remain focused, adaptable, and committed to our path. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of Japan's greatest samurai warrior.